Alright, cool. Guys, so I just made a video an hour and a half ago. It was about double the rate of your failure. And I said to you I was going to do something different. And I talked about a guy within my circle, the friends who I grew up with. This is Benjamin Carbo.
How's it going, guys?
He's the one that I was saying that he's probably, which I think is one of the best technically, skillful-wise. He was the best amongst us. He's just unfortunate he didn't make it. Yeah? Are you sure about that? After I banged you in that 4 goals or goal to goal?
Goal to goal. Every time I used to ask about you, don't I? Anyway.
He's all giving all that talk. And remember, we've got kids watching this as well, you know, so sometimes I do make mistakes. Anyway, cool. So, Ben, did you know I was going to do this?
You just put me on the spot.
And why do I want us to do this on the spot? What did I tell you before I did this?
Nah, it's because we all make mistakes in this, so it's just like a random thing of how do you react to when you're put under pressure.
And do you know what? Like, I wish someone had told us this, like, to get used to being uncomfortable and get used to making mistakes, just to like conquer that fear. You know, it's just that fear is always been paralyzing us. And oh, what if people say this, or what if people think this, and oh, what would they think? I just wish I didn't care. You know, I wish someone had just helped us train. And I think something in football clubs, I wish there's a way they can teach, but I think now, I'm sure at an academy they got all these top psychologists who would teach the kids or some kind of training program. But I wanted a video for you to tell us about your career, and I want you to keep it short and snappy, like get straight to the point. And the key thing I want you to tell us is what was your lifestyle like every day, like after school or on the weekend, who you used to play with, and what was the training, and what was you doing on your own.
Okay,
and then I want you to tell us afterwards, what would you do if you could go back being 10-year-old again, or even 8 years old?
Okay.
So let's start with the first question. Tell us about your career. Where did it start and where did it finish?
Okay. I mean, like you said, I'll try and keep it short anyway. So I've been playing football all my life, to be honest, since I was 8 years old. Started off as a goalkeeper, believe it or not. And
you never told me that.
Is this
goalkeeper?
Of course. It's just one of them things. I think when you're young, you just want to be everything. Goalkeeper, striker, midfielder, whatever it is. But goalkeeper was my forte then. But then I just had that natural ability. I was young, I was athletic. In school, I used to basically dominate, I can say, sports in terms of basketball, whatever it was. And then it's just that thing of thinking, where can I go now? Because obviously football has always been my main sport. And some people think, okay, because you can have the talent, but you still need to work for it. And because of the love of the game, I was always training. In fact, I wouldn't even define it as training. I just used to play any way I could with my friends, with my cousins. Weekends came, 9 o'clock in the morning, I would go to our local park and then train for like a good 5 hours. Again, not training, but just play. And then that's where I started to, I can say, develop my technique and my pace. And it got to a point now, I think, as you're growing older, especially when you start joining clubs. My first club was Hendon, and you start noticing things about teamwork and knowing when to pass the ball and how to move, and these type of things never came natural to me at the time, especially being at 12, playing for the under 15, so we're playing against older boys. And yeah.
So the Hendon, was that under 15?
Under 15s when I was 12 years old as well.
12 years old. And it's interesting, I hope you don't mind me saying, because we did make a video before this, but somebody called my phone, so I had to start again.
Yeah.
So this is why I want to bring this up. And I made a video saying that when I was 14, I was playing with under 18 with Gilbert and all them guys. And the good thing is, when we were young, well, I didn't know Ben when he was 12 when he played for Hendon. So if you were 12, I was obviously 10 or 11. But anyway, when I was 14, I was playing with these boys, and it was an under 18 squad. I was the vice captain, and so if you can imagine a 14-year-old, I obviously dominated the boys. And I think the key thing was that when we played against all the boys, it's almost like you wanted to prove a point. Like you had this like challenge, like, yeah, I want to be faster than them. I want to win every single ball. I want to beat them. I want to hit them hard. I want to show them that I'm rough too. It's almost like an English mentality. Yeah. Like
the same thing with
physical was a key attribute.
I don't know if you ever played against your teachers.
No.
But it's the same thing, like when I played against my teachers when I was about 14, is that automatically you just get that that mindset. You just play stronger. You're more reactive to every situation.
But one thing I want to say about this is not to brag. It's to say that look, we never made it as a footballer, but our career at the beginning was going so well. But after reading all these books about success and what makes people fail, is we reached a plateau. And that plateau is that when we were 14, when I was 14, when he was 12, you played against older boys, your level got up quite fast for your age.
Yeah.
And what happened was we still kept playing with the same boys, the same level, and we wasn't going past our bubble. When I mean our bubble, our environment, our circle of friends, our network. And what you need to do is to reach further up. Sometime you're expecting the scout's going to find you and put you into the academy, so you've gone to the new bubble with people who are much faster, stronger, smarter, skillful, technical.
Do you know, Karim?
Just 1 second. So what happens is we stayed there from 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And guess what? We're still playing semi-pro and we're not even going out. We should be making friends with people who are playing professional, saying, hey guys, look, can we come train with you? We should have been going on YouTube to see what are the skills that we can practice and learn. We didn't have that when we were young, right? I think we just got the smartphone didn't exist, and we had camera phones. Do you remember when we did a crossbar challenge back in the days? But the key thing was, I want to say to you boys and girls, is that if you're playing with older boys, perfect. But once you get better than them, don't stay there. Go find new friends. And that's the mistake we went. And I want this video to be about what are the things we've done and what are the things we should have done. And so now, look, you told us you played for Hendon. And just quickly, because I want to keep this video 10 minutes. So, where did you go after venue? So after Hendon?
So after Hendon, I went to Woolstone, and like Aaron was saying as well, in terms of playing against better players, we played against players who were released from professional clubs, Watford, Leyton Orient, and it was a different level. And because obviously I was a natural athlete, I had the speed, I had the agility, but the mindset in terms of playing football itself, in a sense, knowing my position, these players were more advanced, more developed in that sense than I was. So obviously that was my challenge now. And then I can be honest with you guys right now, at that age, when you're a teenager, it comes to a point now where, because you're in the environment, you always feel, I'm going to make it regardless. That's not the case. You have to make sure you work every single day. Every time you get that chance to train, you train as hard as you can to become better. Because that's where a lot of players go wrong. They're in a good environment, but then they think they're going to make it because they're within that environment. And how can I say it? So me now as a coach, I can tell you right now, the things I'm trying to imply in my academy and in my school as well, I'm working in Greece, is the fact that if you want to become better, not even successful, but much better as a player, and actually give it a chance, give yourself that chance for scouts to see, for you to be one of the best players in any level that you want. But you just have to put the work in. That means waking up early, being on training time, doing different types of training. And now, because obviously science as advanced as we know it, so what you eat as well, guys, is important. How you train. Yep, do we understand? So it's this type of things that we need to follow, certain principles of just becoming a better player.
What are the things? Okay, so after Woolstone, we played together with Woolstone Football Club. And then we went to London Tigers playing with the first team. We also went to international tournaments playing in the Guffield Cup, which we done well in Dana Cup. Went all the way to the semi-final without conceding a goal, and we lost to a team who ended up getting a penalty, and that's the only goal we conceded. But anyway, so our career kind of ended at London Tigers. But tell us when you obviously gave a little bit of insight to like when you used to play football for fun. But like, tell me every day, what was your routine like? Oh, this person had to bring their car and block the bloody lights in front of us.
I know. It's just
wait, let me just turn this. Go on. This is not gonna go well. But anyway,
my training routine, as in why you see
no, forget training routine. I want you to tell about your lifestyle. So, okay, here's mine. I remember Monday to Friday school, as usual, and then I used to kick a ball with Billy up in Temple Estate. And we'll kick a ball, we used to play 4 goals, and you couldn't touch the ball once. But that improved us in terms of like decision makers, when you could only touch the ball once. But I wish we actually had a training program. There's one thing I wish we'd done. There was like a program, a deliberate practice to say, kick the ball against the wall 50 times and control it certain way, then do it another 50 times, control it a certain different way. I wish somebody, one of my weakness was that I couldn't control the ball when the ball used to come from quite high in the air. And like, I remember people used to take the mickey out of me, but then eventually when I started practicing more, when we used to go Paddy Turek, we used to kick a ball Paddy Turek every day in the morning. So this is like, when I used to go university, I used to go university luckily Mondays and Fridays, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I had the whole day, and I used to have a part-time job. But what I used to do, remember, we used to go Panterek Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, like 8 o'clock in the morning. We had like 2-3 hours kicking the ball about. So I started getting really good with the ball just because I was practicing. And in addition to that, I'm still training 2 times a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays with the first team. Okay, and I remember my ball ability, like the ball control, became like second nature. Like it was just like second nature because I kept touching the ball, repetition. I kept playing with it. So I never used to think. But prior to that, I never used to practice, deliberate practice. It was just almost like kick a ball about. So if there's something I wish I'd done when I was young after school, was I wish there's a program, a coach gave it to us. I'm sure some coaches do it, but players probably don't care, don't take it serious.
I think...
But I would, if I was to go back, I'd take it serious if something was given to us.
No, I
but
mean,
now you got YouTube as well. We can
that's
watch
what I was
stuff
gonna
on
say
YouTube.
as well. You know, I mean, you said something as well. In terms of social media now, guys, there's everything on social media, on YouTube. You can go like, and I think when you're playing, you will know your strength and weaknesses. So, for example, like I'm saying, if your first touch is poor, go on YouTube, try and find techniques or drills where you can learn. And just throw the ball up in the air and just and it work 100 times. I guarantee you, the last 10 you'll be able to control it. But it's that continuation, guys. Just go on YouTube and you'll find all these different type of drills.
There's something I learned as well. It's called the 10,000 Hour Theory by Malcolm Gladwell. Now he said in anything that you find someone who's a master, whether it's a chess game, a violin, someone that plays the violin. Anything that if you find someone who's the best, like their master, they actually found that this person's been practicing at least 10,000 hours. And when you do 10,000 hours, basically the level of your skill is second nature. You don't need to think. It's just done naturally or instantly. You just don't think, you just do it. Just like driving a car, you don't think about what gear you're on. So I created an app. It's only available on iOS. You probably think I'm trying to promote the app, but no, I actually tried to use this for myself to improve as a businessman. So I put the hours in and I try and calculate. But what the app does, it helps you, it asks you how many hours are you willing to commit to practice. Remember, deliberate practice. And it says if you do 20 hours a week, I can't get that because I've got the phone. What phone have you got?
My phone is...
Oh, it's dead. Oh, great. Alright, cool. So, I can't get that app now. But if you put down how many hours you're willing to commit every week, the app will forecast to say that if you do these hours consistently, it will take 5 years, 6 years, 7 years to get to 10,000 hours mark. And it's more like a motivation to keep pushing yourself. But it's a way for you to measure yourself to say, how many hours am I willing to commit and are you going to stick with it? And you realize that if you're serious or not, because what will happen is, when you're practicing, someone's going to be knocking your door. Do you want to come play PlayStation? Do you want to come play FIFA? Oh, I got the new FIFA. I got the new... What's the other one called? Pro
PES.
Yeah, so exactly. So I haven't played computer games for years, so I don't know.
Correct.
But I don't have time for these things because my priorities change because I want to make this business work. But I wish we didn't go play computer games or sitting at home. I wish the price was to go kick the ball with deliberate practice. So if I were you, go on YouTube, like he said, something that you don't know what you're good at, whether it's ball control, go on YouTube. So I'm sure there's people out there created a video how to improve your ball control. And just watch it and just go practice until you nailed it. Then the next thing is, what is your next weakness? And boom, repeat again. And you realize when friends are calling you, you're out in the park. You ain't got time for that because your dream is serious and you believe it. And that's why you prioritize that. But when you don't prioritize that, it's because you don't believe in your dream. That's why you go play the PlayStation, or that's why you go out when your friend's calling you. So I'll talk about this on goal setting and managing what's your priority another day. But is there anything you think you want to say to these guys?
Guys, all I can tell you is keep focused, know what you want, know your position, and just go for it. That's all it is.
How do you feel about doing your first video?
It's mad putting me on the spot like this, man.
You
There's a
just-
word called Malacca. If I search it up, guys, that's what he is right now.
He just called me. He called me yesterday to say you're coming back. So he's from Athens.
Yeah,
Obviously, he's from London, but he went there. When did you? 2015.
2015. I live there
Yeah.
now.
So now he lives there, and so he's here for 2 weeks. And I thought, do you know what? I want to do something different. But look, guys, I want you to give me some ideas. What is it you want to talk about? Or if you got anything that you want to share, create a video, tell us about your story, share it to me. I'll put it on my YouTube channel, and I'll put it on my social media channel. Cool. Help me and I'll help you guys. But yeah, drop a comment. Let us know what you want us to talk about. And remember, we do post-match analysis, just like Opta does for the Premier League clubs or the top players. We can do it for you guys. It'll be like stats, field mapping, video analysis, so you can see every single stats that we mark you, saying that you failed in this attribute, such as short pass, long pass, shots on target, off target, and you can watch a video replay for every single one of them, and we quantify all of these numbers, and the more games we do, we can measure and tell you whether you're improving or not. How cool is it that you've got stats to give you facts, rather than someone saying, yeah, Ben, you had a great game, but really he's my friend, that's why I'm only going to say nice thing. But that's what coaches, some people do, or some players or friends would say to you. They don't want to hurt your feeling, but you want to know the truth, because if you're serious, you want to improve, right? So hit me on stats at scoutmeonline.com, STATS at scoutmeonline.com. Cool. This video's been more than 10 minutes. Do apologize. I hope you're still here watching it with us.
Yeah.
But do you think you want to do another video? Are you confident?
Of course, man. Of course. Bring it on.
You feel good, don't it?
It's all right, man. Like, you release something, isn't it?
Cool. Anyway, let's just say goodbye. Bye.